Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, man. We got another Raptors video. This is like, I think 5 straight days of Raptors videos. So if you guys like Raptors content, you like daily NBA content, be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. As always, Raptor Nation, if we could get this video to 100 likes, that would be awesome. Getting this video out to new people. We have a tweet, actually. This is from a actual YouTuber. This guy, Alex Hoops, makes YouTube videos on YouTube, and they're really freaking good, man. He's up next for sure, and I've actually I've talked to him. He's like super nice. But we have a tweet here. He's talking about the Raptors, and I just feel like with their back-to-back wins against the Brooklyn Nets, I know Brooklyn's one game above 500, but for some reason those two, like just the back-to-back wins, you have Scotty Barnes doing well, you're without Freddie. For some reason, like, people are finally starting to realize, like, oh my God, Scotty Barnes is really good. So then they start keeping up with the Raptors a little bit more, and it's unbelievable. So here is the tweet talking about their starting lineup, because we've talked about this all season, man. If the Raptors had somewhat of a coherent bench, and what was so crazy is, I feel like most Raptors fans actually kind of were anticipating the bench being relatively bad this season, but from my standpoint, I'm heading into this year thinking, all right, well, they have Precious Achiuwa, they have Chris Boucher, they have Malachi Flynn, they picked up Svi. I thought Svi would be a huge signing. They actually just sent him down to the G League, which I think was the right move. He's not getting playing time. When he is getting playing time, he's sucking. Which is interesting because V's like a really good shooter. He's a good basketball player. So hopefully getting sent down to the G League kind of gets the ball in his hands. He starts finding his shot again and just overall gets his confidence up. But what Alex Hoops YouTube on Twitter, if you want to go follow him, what he tweeted today is just kind of, it's so mind-boggling, which kind of ties all this in together. The Raptors starting five accounts for 93 points per game, and he finishes off the tweet saying, I honestly think the Raptors are a solid bench unit away from being contenders again. And you look at their starting lineup, which consists of Freddie, Gary, OG, Scotty, and Siakam, and it's, when healthy, that's been another big kicker this year. When healthy, they're so deadly. Like, this team can be down 20, they could be playing a top seed in either conference, and they're going to be in the basketball game. They're going to claw themselves in. And it's mainly due to their just phenomenal defensive schemes. Like, their defense, their defensive personnel, the coaching, it all is so good. And I mean, you know, we talked about this in my most watched video on YouTube, where the Raptors are getting as long as they humanly can. They're trying to get big, and they're trying to get long. I forget the statistic, but when the Raptors had like 20 dudes on the roster, you know, after the draft, and you know, you're going through, I literally don't know why I can't think of the word, training camp, preseason, like around then, summer league, around that time, the Raptors had like 20 guys or 18 guys, 16 guys, something like that, and like over 10 of them had almost 7. I think it was like over 6'9" wingspans. Crazy. It's just absolutely crazy. So obviously the Raptors, with all this talent that they already have in their starting lineup, well, you take a look at the bench and you're like, not only do they have they have a couple proper bench players who you're kind of waiting to further develop, like Precious Achiuwa, specifically in that Brooklyn Nets back-to-back, he was balling out. Precious, since the All-Star break, has really been catching his stride, and I feel like we're getting a nice little taste of what Precious Achiuwa is all about and what he's going to be about in the future. I look at guys like Thaddeus Young, I look at guys like Chris Boucher. As far as young talent, that's not really what they are. Delano Banton, phenomenal draft pick. Justin Champagnie, hold on to that man because he can hoop. Malachi Flynn in his second year in the NBA. This guy came out of college from Washington State, and he was literally number 1 in pick and roll offense in his draft class at his position. And considering it's point guard, it might have just been number 1 pick and roll player in the entire NCAA. Defensively, he had a lot of hype as well. So the Raptors, what I'm trying to get at here is I'm trying to kind of interloop Alex's tweet here saying if they get a coherent bench, they'll be contenders instantly. Like 1 to 2 years from now, this Raptors team will be a top 6 seed, and it shouldn't be undisputed. I know they're only like a game and a half outside of Boston right now, and they might creep up back into that 6th spot. I think they will honestly clinch a top 6 seed, but you are facing some really tough competition. Raptors also have kind of like a chaotic little schedule here, but Toronto's up for it. That's the thing. They're not going to shy away from this. They're not going to shy away. They're stepping up. And when you have games where you got Malachi Flynn, 2 nights ago putting up plus 42 in that blowout, you got Scotty Barnes going off. Guys are stepping up. And in that video I made after the All-Star break, I talked about Malachi Flynn and Precious Achiuwa. Those are 2 dudes who need to step up off of the bench. They need to, because if those 2 can get it going at a consistent basis, Toronto even has a nice little chance to make some noise in the playoffs this season, as unlikely as it really is. I mean, when you think in the grand scheme, like, you got one side where it's like, all right, the Raptors have a ton of talent. Look at their starting 5. They should make the playoffs. And at the same time, like, oh, damn, they are actually like a really young team, and, let's keep our expectations in check. But the thing is, with the acquisition of Thaddeus Young, you also have a consistent Chris Boucher. If Precious Achiuwa and Malachi Flynn can be that 8 and number 9, like if they can make the Raptors, Nick Nurse feel comfortable running 9-man rotations instead of 7-man when you're a little down, 8-man rotations, like 6-man rotations even, those 2 players are so critical for this season. But if we're talking more bigger picture here, because it's not like Thaddeus Young's going to be a Raptor for the next 5 seasons. Chris Boucher even might not be a Raptor next season. Who really knows what's going to happen? I do think he'll come back. But, as Alex points out, man, this team gets a solid bench. I don't know what exactly they're going to be looking for in this offseason, but it's definitely going to be guys that are, kind of fit their prototype. It kind of fit their personnel, kind of fit what they're looking for, like Scotty Barnes. Thaddeus Young is a great veteran guy who can play different positions. He can guard different positions. He knows what he's doing. Solid defender. That's why you target Thaddeus Young. So it'll be interesting to see how Toronto goes about this offseason, because I'm hoping that they stick with more veterans, maybe not like 33, 30, 34-year-old Thaddeus Youngs, but I am hoping that they go more towards like definitely plus 27. Guys in their prime would be ideal, that are just, really solid bench players. Not JaVale McGee specifically, but kind of, just guys where on defense they're going to be able to do what the Raptors are specifically looking for. So we'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens for the rest of this season. But, the Toronto Raptors are about to be filthy. They're about to be scary. So hit that like button for daily Raptors content, NBA content. Hit the like button, do all that. My socials are down below. We got a Discord. Would love to get some new people in the Discord. And I'll see you guys later. Peace.